Hello and welcome to the Critically Kudos. I'm a Monk, and today we are in Mountain Blade 2 Bannerlords. And guys, in the last episode we took that immortal plunge and we created our own kingdom. That's right, we went against Britannia, and they are now fighting us. We are at war with the people we were once under a vassalage with. Now, big problem. We have no influence. Now, a big thing is some people like to save up their influence to create their own kingdom, only to find out that when they do finally have their own kingdom, they have no influence. That's right, because influence is tied to the kingdom that you are currently in. So even though we had over 1,000 influence in the last kingdom, we now have nothing. That's a big problem because we are in a war that we're probably not going to be able to win. And so what we need to do is bide some time, because we are now king, for instance. We get extra influence within our kingdom, which is fabulous. We've obviously just created our own army as well. That's going to be consistent of every single lord, or it's just basically the guys that we have that have parties, because we have no extra clans in our kingdom. To get extra clans in our kingdom, we're going to have to do a few things in that. We're probably not going to do that in this episode. However, we are going to try and survive the next few minutes. Like I said, guys, we are up against it. We absolutely want to make sure we have all the troops we can possibly have. And we're going to have to try and score some cheeky little points where we can within this war, because one, I want to settle it as quickly as possible. That does mean waiting until we have... Oh, hello. These guys are only got 400 troops. This is a fight that we can win. Not only is this a fight that we can win, guys, but it means we're actually earn some influence for winning this fight too. If we can track them down, there we go. They want to fight, and it's the king himself. Well, kingy boy, you're about to take a major loss in this battle. But if we do win, we will get influence. That will go massively towards what we need to settle this war. Maybe even give us enough influence, hopefully, eventually, in order to have like royal guards. I believe that's a policy that gives us an extra 60 troops march size, which would be very, very useful. Basically what we need to do is buy time, get influence, get a policy that will help us, and of course end this war. We just need to try and stall in order to get enough influence where we can actually start ticking off, because I'm sure this isn't the only nation. At the end of the day, guys, we are officially the smallest kingdom on the map, with the weakest kingdom on the map as well, as we have no clans. So we're going to be a target for everyone and anyone within shot. When we've already gone over who are potentially our enemies: the Western Empire, for instance, Valandia most likely, the Sturgia, who we absolute handed their own arse to them. Sturgia are probably going to be someone who's looking at us as well. So we've got a lot to do. That's what, 300-400 influence we're going to need in order to settle all of that. This is why I say have money. Most people say have 1 million dinars before you start a kingdom. I say have 5 million dinars before you start a kingdom. Obviously we're close to 3 million, but we do have the ability to print money on demand, so you know, we are sitting okay. There's going to be a lot of paydays when it comes to this. Unfortunately, when it comes to surviving after creating your own kingdom, it is going to mean, you know, sucking it up and paying the other kingdoms not to attack you, at least until you're in a position where you're able to start taking on the other kingdoms, at least until you're able to, you know, actually withstand going head to head with another kingdom. And that does mean, of course, recruiting other clans, building up your armies, building up your garrisons, maybe even turning a couple of the companions into lords. Now, we do have extra castles, thank God, which means we can actually do that, and we can make companions into lords. However, we do not have the influence to do that right now. So these are things that we're going to have to work towards. In this episode, guys, we are going to be working towards staying alive. We've just created a kingdom. We are at war with the people we were under vassalage with, and we need to stay alive. And that means winning this battle, at least for now. Now, we're quite lucky because old Kettle Crispies, he only has an army of 400 troops-ish. I think we can win that. We've got an army of over 500 troops. So I really do think we can win this fight. Again, I think we are lucky because I think that Kellogg's Krispies could have actually put together a bigger army. I think maybe we kind of run up to him as he was kind of gathering troops possibly. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring our archers over. We're going to bring our infantry over and move our troops into position. I don't want to yell charge. Do I think we could win? Yes. If we did yell charge, do I think we would take a lot of casualties? Again, guys, the answer is yes, we would take a lot of casualties. I'm going to bring my infantry in front of me, and then I am going to put my archers right here on this mountain. I think they're going to be close enough to be able to start raining down some arrows, hopefully, and then of course we can use our cavalry units to pick off some troops as well. At least that's the plan. Hopefully we can like goad them into attacking us. It's going to take a little minute. We've got a lot of troops to move. We've got a lot of infantry. These are probably all lower ranked infantry anyways. They're certainly not all my infantry. You guys have seen my army, and it consists mostly of bowmen. Very, very high ranking bowmen, but bowmen nonetheless. And I do need to work on getting some more cavalry, because that's one thing that my army is lacking quite badly. But if you are joining me for the first time, guys, you've missed a crazy playthrough. Obviously, we started from the very, very beginning and we worked all the way up to creating our own kingdom. Things are going pretty well for us so far in this playthrough. I'm pleased to say that, yeah, things are going pretty well. If you are liking this episode or this series, don't forget to hit that like button. Obviously, guys, all interaction helps. If you watch this video, please hit that like button. Comment your thoughts on the video as well, or just tell me how your current playthrough is going. It's greatly appreciated. Okie dokie. So we kind of got our troops staring down at theirs now. I'm going to hope that they do kind of engage if we kind of have the cavalry following us now and bring them up here, kind of loop them around. It looks like they've got the similar idea. They've got eyes on us. At the same time, I kind of need to create a separate archery unit, because it would be quite nice to be able to move 2 archery units around the battlefield, especially in these larger battles. Not saying that, you know, 4 and 3 versus 300 or 4 versus 500 is particularly a large battle, but it's enough troops to start doing extra tactics with. I still need to give myself my two-handed sword. I completely forget that. I wanted to start leveling up my two-handed swords. Look, they're attacking my infantry. Let's see if we can help them out. Their horseman, or a horseman, is attacking my infantry. We're going to see if we can even odds here and give them a few. There we go. Got our cavalry piling in too. Yeah, they're running away now, aren't they? Lots of green happening, which is good. Their higher level troops are getting injured and dying. And so far, we haven't really had too many losses, which is very, very good for us. I'm going to move the units, I think. I have the bowmen. Move them forward so they're actually more involved in this battle. And then we're going to get our infantry even closer as well, making sure that, of course, they are in front of those bowmen and protecting them. And then we're going to take our cavalry units and just see if we can get them marking around the side. Again, look at them. We found them. They were trying to do some snaky stuff themselves. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, there we go. 107 damage. That Sturgeon Caravan Guard is dead. Not exactly a high-ranking level troop, but hey, he dead anyway. And look, they've got some archers up here too. I do like how the AI use good tactics. You can't exactly deny that sometimes they do have some really good tactics. And of course, if the AI feel like they are outnumbered and at a disadvantage, in my opinion, the AI is at its most deadly at that stage, because they don't just charge in. They do try to, you know, out strategize you, and sometimes you have to think on your feet a little bit. We're doing no damage at all. Like 16 damage per hit. That's not a lot with our bow. Oh, I didn't mean to do that big jump. I'm not sure what happened there. Apparently we did kill someone though. Interrupt their bowman. Oh, there is a lot of red. What is happening? They have charged. That is what's happening. We managed to disrupt the bowman of the enemy, which is absolutely fantastic. But yeah, there we go. They have got their troops attacking our troops, and we are very, very low health. I want to make sure that we don't die and that we don't get knocked out, however, because if we do end up getting knocked out during battle, that will plummet our morale, which means troops may run away. Troops won't perform as good as they should, and guess what, guys? You do take a lot more loss, you know, being KO'd from the battle. So try and make sure you stay alive. Even right now, I've got my bow so I can help. But yeah, I want to make sure that I do not get knocked out. Most importantly, we want to make sure that we do win this battle. It looks like we're good. It looks like we're golden, but we need the experience, we need the influence that we're going to get from this battle to kind of propel us forward and give us the advantage in this war. Because if we have the influence, it means that we can ask for peace whenever we need to, making sure we don't take too many losses. Of course, I'd like to get this win as well, because it gives us points on the board, you know, when it comes to who's winning, who's got the most. Oh, we are out of infantry. Yeah, when it comes to who has the most points on the board, who's taken the most casualties and all that kind of stuff, the most successful raids, all of this impacts how much money you pay per week if you are the ones who ask for peace. Although it does look like we have won. I don't think we're going to get anywhere with our bow, but it does look like we have won this battle. Kind of good, because I'm pretty sure we only had archers left. And there we go. A nice little win. We did get ourselves 74.5 influence, kingdom influence. That's massive for us, considering we only needed 100 points in order to potentially go into peace. Okay, so we didn't lose too many troops, which is awesome. Managed to grab ourselves some more troops. We're going to get as many prisoners as we can, and we've got some nice levels to have as well. Let's grab all these levels. If you can't do what I just done, and if you can't defeat a potential army that is coming at you, I fully understand that, guys. I got lucky. 400 troops against my 500. They're numbers and odds that I like. You may get unlucky. What I would recommend is staying put inside your town. Now, obviously, in the last episode, before we were getting ready to create our own kingdom, We made sure that our garrison was tight. We made sure that we had extra food if we needed it. Staying put inside your garrison with all of your troops, with your army, calling together your army, is a good idea. If they have to attack you with 1,000 troops, 2,000 troops, and you have, that 1,000 defenders, well, guess what, guys? The odds of you winning are very, very high because it's hard to siege a town. And if you have a good setup and you can defend your town, then and you win that battle, then that's that influence. That's where you're going to get your influence from in order to be able to control when you end the war. And as you can see, we already have over 100 influence, meaning that if we wanted to end this war right now, we could do so. Of course, we have got half of our troops wounded. So for me, what it's going to be about is wasting enough time for all of these troops. They don't matter. What it's going to be about is going to be wasting enough time for all of our troops to then get healed. And we can look around for getting a few more points on the board again. Going home is certainly a good idea for that. Recruit the troops that we can recruit. I don't want to ransom prisoners just yet because I would like to keep the king and the lord that I have managed to imprison, and I didn't mean to load into town either. I think if I pop their king in our dungeon, that will be good. That way he can't raise another army. Obviously, he's got other lords that can, but he can't, which is good. He's probably got the biggest march size out of anyone in the kingdom anyway. That is a lot of prisoners we've got here. Which is going to be really good for us. That means it gets us more rogue and more cash, and we're going to be needing a lot of cash. Tavern, and there we go, 23,000 dinars in our pocket. We did get an extra point in rogue as well. We can't really get much more in rogue because we don't obviously have the points for it. A few more levels on our troops. I thought maybe we'd have something to do there. 222 influence, and it really didn't take us long to get that either. And that's more than enough influence to look at buying ourselves a little policy. Noble routines would be a really good one. That would give us an extra 40 on our march size. However, I believe we are a tier 4 clan. So for us right now, that's not going to help. But there should be a policy we can pick up. Let's see if we can find it. Royal privileges. No, that's not it. Royal commissions. Royal guard. There we go. That gives the ruling party an increase of 60. And guess what? That's us. It does cost us 100 influence to enact, but we do have that spare. And of course, now we have got an extra added march size, which I'm quite happy about. Of course, we are going to have to go around and actually pick up these extra 60 troops for these to actually do anything. Still have a good few injured as well. But this extra march size is definitely helpful. And it is one of the first policies that I would recommend you guys pick up. If you do create your own kingdom straight away, when you do have that extra influence, bear in mind that I want to be able to end this war when I want to. So I had that extra 100 influence cushion. Get Royal Guards because it's really good. That extra march size is brilliant. But like I said, we did get a little bit lucky with that battle. There we go. We want to make sure that we top up completely. Now, surviving creating your own kingdom is hard. I think many people have done it and many people have failed, but it's the preparation of creating your own kingdom which I find to be the most important. Now, we made sure that all of our the land that we had was all within one area, so it was all localized. That's something that we can patrol quite easily. We also made sure that all of our garrisons had a decent amount of troops in. Again, I believe that's absolutely key. We made sure that we had extra food in the main town or castle that we wanted to keep. So that way, if it does come under siege, we are then able to make sure that we can afford to stay in siege and our garrison isn't going to starve out. But I think the most important thing is that we made sure we had enough money, enough dinars, so that way when we had to create peace, we're going to be able to cover that without worrying that our money is being drained too much. Because again, guys, when you do create your own kingdom, you do have to remember that you are the smallest people there. You have no extra clans. You're a one clan man, and we absolutely want to avoid those 1,200 troops. But the point is that you're the weakest person on the map, so everyone's going to be looking to attack you. So you're going to have to be playing a little bit tactfully, and making sure that you only involved in the fights that you want to be involved in. Obviously, no one wants to expect I'm going to be a kingdom. That means that, I'm just going to do what I want to do as I want to do it. This is medieval times. Everyone's going to be looking at you as their new, income. And unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be until you can bully your way in this map and, take care of that deficit a little bit. Now, I'm trying to make sure that I lead those 1,200 troops away from my kingdom a little bit. I believe they're still following me. I believe I am a little bit faster than them, which is good. If I'm going to have to fight them, I would prefer it being within a kingdom. For instance, I didn't mean a kingdom, within a town. Preferably my capital. I know that I've got the most troops there, the most higher level troops. Nope. Auto save. Just trying to see if these guys are still around or not. They are, yeah, they are still trying to do something. But yeah, it really is about playing and making those smart choices. As much as I'd like to take on those troops, do I think realistically we could do so without crippling my army? Absolutely not. No. Even if I did win, it would massively cripple my army. I may lose, and my army would still be crippled. So, and I'd be, that would be it for me and my kingdom. Coming back from that would be not good. Now, what I know is that I have, I believe, 3 parties within my army. They are not maxed out. That's something that I did want to do before creating my own kingdom, but I kind of run out of time as I set myself that challenge to create it in that last episode. So I think what might be a good idea is to pop down to Omar, maybe, and fill my parties. Oh, what is happening? Well, that's annoying. We are now at war with 2 kingdoms. Let's have a look. Let's pop into diplomacy. Okay, so yeah, Sturgia and... Well, that's kind of annoying. Sturgia is almost an even fight. So if we enact peace now... That's a lot of money that we're paying out, but it's not as much as it would have been had we not won that battle. So I guess that army of 1,200 troops we don't necessarily need to worry about now. And Sturgia, by the looks of it, only have the one town just north of me. So they must have got their arse handed to them since leaving. Because I'm pretty sure they had a couple extra places. But at least Sturgia is a kingdom that we can pretty much go toe to toe. It looked like they only had 3,000 total troops. That means garrison as well. They've got a couple of castles, they've got a town. So, most of all, I would expect them to put together an army size of, say, 1,000. I was going to say 100, but I think 1,000 is a little bit more realistic. It still outnumbers us as they have more clans. But on the whole, it's certainly more manageable. Nice, easy win. We got some more troops, some more prisoners, and some more experience. We're actually getting decent loot now from these battles, of course, because our rogue has been... Oh, I've just seen this. There is somebody attacking our main town, attacking our capital. Let's have a look to see who that would be, because we have a lot of troops there. It's the Sturgians with an army of 781. Now, there's 400 troops still in this town. I don't know if they could beat that, to be fair, very easily. And they're still trying to raid as well. I think what I might do is try and wait to see if that army actually decides to pull the trigger and attack. They're not right now. They're firing catapults or, whatever it is they're firing. Let's just pop some more cohesion. So when they actually attack my city and their numbers drop a little, that may be the right time to attack. Because like I said with the last people, do I think I could win this outnumbered battle? Maybe, yeah. They've only got 200 more troops than me, 250 more troops than me. I think I might be able to win that. But at the same time, it also may leave me crippled. So if I wait for them to start the fight, they will lose troops. So will my garrison. But it means that I'll be able to then step in with the numbers a little bit more even. I'm going to attack this one rather than sim it. But just because I want to avoid those extra losses that I would get. Oh, I forgot it's one of those town battles. I hate these things. We're just going to full out charge. I much prefer the open plain battles to anything involving the villages. Hopefully we won't take too many losses. We do have a fabulous surgeon that I believe is around 150 in skill, and it is down to my surgeon why when it comes to battles we're not getting a lot of deaths, and most people do get wounded, and of course that means we still get that troop. Honestly guys, it's so important to have a surgeon. I do say this in almost every episode. I've said it a lot, but because this is how to survive a kingdom after creating a kingdom kind of episode, I really do want to stress that anyone new watching this video, and solely this video, that hasn't been watching the playthrough at all, you guys need a surgeon. It's so important. Obviously as well, when it comes to having your own kingdom, having a companion dedicated to engineering, I also think it's very, very important. One dedicated to engineering, one dedicated to being your surgeon, and after that you are that's kind of all you really need. There we go, we got ourselves a little bit more influence as well. Only 10, but hey, all influence is going to add up. We have already had to go to peace with one war. It is what it is. Influence is going to be our currency. We're not going to be wanting to run out of it. The more influence we've got, the better. To that point, as in influence is going to be our currency, it's about managing that influence too, guys, because we just used 100 influence to go to peace with Britannia. I get that. We also used 100 influence in order to enact a single policy. There is multiple policies that we're going to be wanting to use. There's going to be multiple people going to war with us right now as well. We may need to go peace with them. And then, of course, I want to recruit my companions as lords, because right now that's the quickest and easiest way for me to get an extra clan in my kingdom. But that costs influence too. So managing your influence and borrowing enough time for you to build up your influence is going to be so key to, surviving those early days as a brand new kingdom. Just edging our way up here. I kind of want to waste some time. We're down to 779 troops. Oh, are they in, or it's going down? I'm just wondering if that's a catapult that's been destroyed or if they're actually charging. No, it's not. It's a catapult that's been destroyed. They've just rebuilt another one. They're not charging just yet. Trying to keep an eye on it. This is my tactic anyway, just in case anyone's wondering what I'm doing. I'm just trying to bide some time, wait for them to actually break through the walls, possibly Valandia want to attack me. How about no? Take a fistful of notes, go sit your asses down, and we will handle you a little bit later. And guys, that is exactly why you want to be building yourself up some influence. Right now, that is 2 nations we have had to pay off in order to, otherwise we'd be at war with 3 different people right now. We'd be dead. It's as simple as that. But we have the influence. We've been able to make those paydays. We have that extended wallet in order to be able to afford to pay these extra kingdoms. Sturgia is genuinely someone who I think I can beat. Yes, they have a bigger army than me right now, but I do think we can take care of them, and we do have a plan to take care of them as well. I mean, they've lost pretty much 50 troops just trying to charge through. It's not working for them. And we still have our 400 defenders as well. So I don't think they're going to get through those doors, but I still don't want to go straight head to head with them being outnumbered almost 200 troops. Unfortunately, they're going to keep raiding this village, and there's nothing I can do. They're just too fast. 150 troops right there. Are we going to be able to catch them? No. No, we are not. We're not going to catch anyone because they are all faster than us, because we are in a big bloody army. And of course that does slow us down. I don't think we're going to be able to recruit any troops from any of these towns either, because they're all on fire. They're being able to raid all of our little villages. They're all pretty much burnt out, and we are up to the limit on our march size as well. You know what? I forgot about 5 minutes ago. I said I was going to stock up my armies, my parties, and I think that's what we're going to do. If we disband our army, go individually to the 3 party members we have, and fill them up with troops, we'll borrow a few troops from Omar's garrison. I think after that, we could be looking at an even-ish number. I'm pretty sure my brother, for instance, has a huge party size. Let's see if we can get some troops. Doesn't have to be good troops, just has to be meh. It's all about those numbers with this game. We're going to get some tier 2 troops. Oh, didn't realize we had some Thanes. We are over party limit, but that's absolutely okay because... Oh, where are they? We have disbanded, so everyone should be right here. I think maybe if we move and then pop back in. Let's have a look in the keep. Yeah, there they all are.
I'm yours to come.
Inspect troops. There we go. Look, he's missing 41 troops. So if we give him those 41 troops, of course, once we have refilled everyone's party size, then we can regroup that army. It's not going to cost us anything. It doesn't cost us any influence to create an army. These are our troops, our party leaders within our own clan, of course. And I think that's a better option because waiting for them to actually pull the trigger and attack our town is taking bloody ages, to be fair. And if anyone has joined another AI while they are sieging, they will know that sometimes it takes bloody days and it's absolutely painful as hell to watch them siege a castle. Here we go. That is up to 101. Now we have one more party to do.
I am yours to...
Can't wait till we level up and be clan tier level 5. We get the added march size. It'd be quite nice. And he can have a few more troops as well. Let's see. There we go. 112 for him. We're still over the limit slightly, but of course we can pop that back in our garrison. Another reason why to have a topped up garrison is good. That way if you need troops, you know where to go. Now I'm also expecting the Western Empire to launch a war at some point, as we are very, very close to them. We do have the influence to pay them off if needed, but it would not surprise me in the slightest if they did. Okie dokie, now what is our new number? Oh, look at that, guys. We have almost got 700 troops, which will match the amount of troops sieging our town. I think that's going to make a pretty good fight. But as we're at the end of this episode, we are going to have to end it right here, guys. Hopefully you have enjoyed this episode of how to survive after making your kingdom. We did do that. We have survived for 40 minutes as a brand new kingdom. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if you want to find out the results of this battle, you're going to have to join me in the next episode real soon. Until then, take it easy, and of course, as ever, guys, happy gaming.